So I'd like to welcome everybody to the Fareconnect Open Mic Night. I'd like to have a special welcome out to. We have 3 or 4 new agents that just joined Fareconnect here in the last week or so, and they're on the webinar tonight. So we'd like to welcome to your first Open Mic Night. The purpose of the Open Mic Night is for us to pass on some information verbally. We do pass on lots of information via our electronically, but is to pass on some information and make ourselves available for any questions anybody might have, and you know, just to keep everybody kind of in the loop and keep everybody engaged into the travel business.
Good to go. Let's not check the chat before we start. Oh, everybody's saying hi. Love it.
All right. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about what's in the news, what's happening at Fareconnect. Talk about Iata Cards again, suppliers, what's going on with our suppliers, what we see in the future, what we call Travel 2.0, staying engaged, and of course we always open ourselves up to any questions of any sort whatsoever. There we go. So what's in the news today? So we'll start off with the not so good news. As we all know, both Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario, they both have delayed their reduction of the restrictions. So we thought we were going to open up a little more in the 3 provinces, but all those 3 provinces seem to have stalled a little bit, and they're reopening mainly because of an increase of cases. So that wasn't the best news this week. Still no movement on the bailout for the airlines, even though it might be a possibility on April 19 when they do the budget, that the bailout for the airlines. And why are we concerned about the bailout for airlines? Well, we all know that it also triggers out probably not a recall, but paying back maybe some of our suppliers or refunds, I guess the word I'm looking for. There's talk about that, how will that affect commissions? So even though we know that ACTA is working very, very hard in trying to get that part of that also into the budgets, that they wouldn't recall the commissions on it. So, I mean, that's something to keep an eye on for all of us, for sure. Something we're all very interested in. And we still have no reopening plan. The Canadian government has not come out with any reopening plan, so we still are kind of left in limbo, even though both the Conservative and the NDP are asking for such a plan. Encouraging news. Well, both Westjet and Air Canada have announced the reopening of new routes, including Atlantic Canada, which they're going to open up, and also into the Caribbean starting in May for ACV. I know they opened that Jamaica out of Toronto from there. So that's good news. That means that the plan, or they're planning for, is that this restriction, which is supposed to end the end of April for all the flights to the Caribbean, hopefully this will coincide with dropping this mandatory 3-day quarantine. You know, these are all signs that we're seeing. Cruising will be launching out of the Caribbean with both passengers and the crew required to be vaccinated. For those who are not aware, in the States, they have it's called the CDC, Center of Disease Control in the States, and they are the ones that allow or disallow cruise companies to operate in the United States. Right now, they're not allowed. So what the cruise companies did is they went to the Caribbean, mainly the Bahamas, and a lot of them are going to work out of the Bahamas. Everybody on the ship will have to be vaccinated. Every passenger will have to be vaccinated. So it's interesting to see. I did read, though, that they're also doing the same in Greece, I believe.
Greece and Singapore.
And Singapore, with Royal Caribbean. And if the kid was, say you took a child with you and they're under 18, then they have to have a PCR test, because we know that kids under the age of 18 right now are not being vaccinated. And vaccines, as much as we all agree it's slow, is continuing to roll out across Canada and in the States. And as you know, I think 30% of the Americans have got their first dose, and we're very much tied to the Americans, right? I mean, there's you know, it's good news when if they can get control of this virus down there, for sure, for all of us up in the north. So that's kind of latest what we've seen from our office, kind of trying to tie it back to travel for you. So what's happening at Fareconnect? As you see, our new logo, which I truly think it was a great job by our company to get that done. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening? Tax season, we're all in. Everybody should have their T4s, T4As, as they're all sent out. And they also should have a receipt for their monthly fees that they paid. If you have not, please reach out to Ann in accounting, and she will make sure you have it. Everybody should have it now, because I've been told it's been out for at least a few weeks now. New agent training modules are completed. I think Matthew is really ecstatic after a lot of hard work that the actual training module is completed.
So I want to give a shout out to Matthew on that one, you guys.
Yeah, he's done
It's been a year.
It's been a year and a very fabulous job that he's done with that program. For anybody who hasn't seen it, basically you go to the resource site, click in training, and you can see their hard work and the new program that we put up there. And that training is for all of the agents who are new to selling travel. The other thing that is done, which I don't have up here, is Matthew has also created a section there called Refresher Courses. Exactly. And you'll be able to go in there and do refresher courses on specific training. Examples, RevNet. You want to learn about RevNet, you go in there. We have training up there for RevNet. If you want to have Uplift training is in there, and we're going to continually add to it. You can go in there. I think there's 4 or 5 training. Matthew, is that correct? Maybe he's watching Big Brother.
You watch Big Brother, Matthew?
No, there's 9 in there right now.
Okay.
There's 9 in there now. Yeah.
Matthew?
Matthew.
Yeah. Hello.
Right. Besides Uplift and Uplift training, what's in there?
We have Uplift, RevNet. There's refresher courses for the travel brands systems, Beds Online systems, and there's also a refresher course for travel documents, specifically on how to use the Iata site in terms of finding out if your clients need passports or visas for the destinations, or even their transit points on through their journeys.
Excellent.
So if any of you have any other ideas that you need refresher on, just reach out to Rick or I, and we might be missing something, but we can. This is an ongoing project, and we can add to it definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely be adding to it. And the other one there that we have on that we've just started, which we call our Masters series, we'll have more details on that, and that's for all of the trained agents or everybody who's trained. We're going to have a program where you're going to be able to get a certain certification, a Fareconnect certification for certain agents. So that's still in the early stages right now, but we hope to have that done hopefully by the summer sometime. Other things we got on the go is the back office conversion. As you know, we're converting our back office heavily into a Travcom system. I've been told by Ann today that we have almost to the end of February done. So we hopefully will get March done very soon. And then come in when we're in April, hopefully we'll be able to pay out of the system in April. So we're really looking forward to getting our system up and running and accurate is kind of what we're looking for, actually. For those who don't know, and I think most of you know now, Jody has joined the head office staff to help us out for a period of time, or we don't know how long she's going to be with us in the head office.
May not want to be.
She may not want to be after a bit, but the main focus we got Jody in is recruitment, and also working on a project that we have is what I call Fareconnect offerings to ICs. So as we know, we have many lots of competition out there. There's lots of other host agencies, and we want to make sure that we are in line with most host agencies, that what we're offering our agents is very competitive. In any business, you always have to change your model a little bit. So we're looking at a couple of changes, and what I've seen so far, and I do not want to tell you about it because it can change. But what I'm seeing, I think that all agents will be very happy with some of the changes we're going to make in what we're offering ICs. So it's ongoing. So that's what Jody's main projects are.
All right, I'll talk about Iata. So some of you have already got back to me, but I really want to stress this, that if you want to know if you're eligible for an Iata card, which would give you some discounts on flights and different privileges through different properties, is just give me a call or an email, and I can provide you a letter. I can go check to see if you're in that range, and they've dropped it down, and it's a 24-month period. So I've had some agents reach out to me since the last open mic night. So if you're really not sure, all you have to do is email me, and I can check and provide you the letter immediately.
And just for everybody to know, the eligibility has reduced, as it says here,
Yeah,
for
$5,000.
5,000 over the last 24 months. So,
Right, so that's even, that's before the commission split, just so y'all
Yeah.
know.
and for those who had applied for the ACTA, which we did, we did already send in the forms. We did send in the payments and all that. I noticed that people haven't got any response back, so we'll be following that up in the next few days and find out exactly where those applications are right now. They seem to be a little slow at that.
Let's go now with suppliers. This is me.
So I'll send it.
Let's talk about Sunwing. Groups are still in high demand for 2022. So, and the response back is pretty good for your quotes. So if you have any questions, reference Sunwing or getting quotes back and you're unsure, just give me a call. Typically, we lead in the West with groups, but the East is leading, which is Ontario, Montreal, or Quebec. So it's okay to get quotes. And if you find that they're very high, just let me know, because we can work with the supplier and see what we could do, or have to move to a different one. Booking early, this is the big question we're getting, and this is to all suppliers, is that people are actually doing their holidays and putting deposits down. The only difference is that Sunwing is not offering refunds, only an FTC, future travel voucher on the deposits. But remember, when you are talking to your client, and that's with any holiday, especially Caribbean right now, because that's what people are thinking, is that it's okay to do that now if they think that they want to do that next February or March, because I don't think the planes are just going to all jump on the tarmac and open up their doors. So, you know, a vote of confidence for you when you're selling is it's okay, because that's what we've been telling people to secure their holiday. The only thing is, and I'm not throwing Sunwing underneath the bus, is that they're not offering a refund with their insurance policy, just a future travel credit. Next one. Westjet, I want to talk a little bit about this. So the groups department, they have 2 people working groups. So if you're looking for a group, I found out they can price out 440 days out. They have 2 agents working groups only, Stacy and Allie. And I typically been telling people, if you're going to put in a group quote, call them just to make sure they're there, because there's only 2 of them all throughout Canada right now. And send the email, and then follow up again with a phone call. If you need those phone numbers, just let me know. I have both of them. I want to talk about their travel protection, and this is going all through the Caribbean. So you do get 30% commission. Typically outside the holiday season, such as the Christmas season, it is $49, but now it's $69 a person. It was never there before. It came into effect less than 10 days ago. So, but you do earn 30% commission on that insurance. But the nice thing is about Westjet is that if you do a deposit of $300 on a trip with the insurance, then you can in turn, $250 with the Westjet deposit plus the insurance. And the clients cancel, they actually get a refund. And if you go on the Westjet site, you can see the breakdown of days, because if it's outside 25 days, they get full refund. If it's, I think 25 to 31, they get 50-50, anything in, but again, that changes all the time. But if you go to the agent resource site, you can see the breakdown on days prior to departure. But typically the way we are now, people do know they're going away within 25 days of departure, unless something drastically happens within those 25 days. We're seeing a lot of bookings this year from November onward. So kudos you guys, because it's happening because of what Westjet's offering for the insurance. I'm not sure if any of you know, but I'm on the Westjet advisor board. So we had our first meeting yesterday, and just a few things. They're going to be revamping the resource site to make it very much more usable. They talked about the Atlantic bubble, if you want to call it, opening up, and they are for sure doing that. There is no turning back on that. They did say that. there was the 4-day stopovers they talked about because of the 3-day quarantine. And that deadline is the 21st of April. They've talked about meal service. So if you go onto the resource site, you can see what airline, like if it's a Dreamliner or a Max, on what they're offering on the aircraft for meals. So they want to be able to get clients to possibly pre-order all their meals right on the app. So they're working on that. A big seller right now, they said, is the Dreamliner to Maui, because it is US. So they've been seeing a lot of uptick with the Dreamliner going to Maui. So that one's going there. And also the Dreamliner will be going to Cancun and Puerto Vallarta. Any of your clients asked, the Westjet Rewards program has been extended to this year with all of your status. There's no word on that going any further right now. They're really happy about the Delta merge, where you can take your points and move it over to Delta, which took them a long time to do. So they're really happy about that. We talked a little bit about the resource site and being more user-friendly. And if they happen to go digital on a brochure, that they're going to have more information on there, like PCR testing sites at destinations, who comes to the resort to do it for you. The prices may not be there because they all vary, but it's going to be quite a more detailed brochure for everybody. Let's see, price match. I'm not sure if any of you know that, but there is a price match of $75 with WestJet, and there's more to come on that. So that's out there. Let's see. It's going to be a lot more marketing tools on social media. They're looking at videos. A lot of clients are asking for videos. You know, we all see videos all the time, but people get tired of reading. So they've come up with an idea to do simple videos on, let's say, how the insurance works with WestJet. You know, so there's going to be different little videos that clients can listen to, and they're only going to be less than a minute long, but it kind of gives you an idea on themselves, putting them in a different level of doing, instead of reading small print, they thought of doing videos, and they'd be on the resource site. Let's see, I'm just going through my notes. There'll be more flat sheets again on the resource site. They're going to distinct luxury properties on there too. They're thinking about a YouTube channel with WestJet going through the properties. So they're kind of going that way too, which is a good thing, because this is something that you can sell, you can show your clients or use social media on. And that's it with WestJet for me.
All right, and anybody, I see a few questions that come up. Just put them in the chat. We'll answer all the questions at the end for sure.
Yep.
Try to keep a little flow.
Sorry. Air Canada Vacations, like I said, they've been really good to us since this pandemic, and the communication's been fantastic. Groups are very positive, and they are moving quotes out very fast. I put one in and I got one back 2 days later. They do have the free travel protection. Again, similar to WestJet, but it's free until the 30th of June of 2021. And it's a full refund up to 25 days prior to departure. So these are your booking dates. This is an example that you can find on the site and the link. So if you're curious to see how this protection works, just go to Air Canada website, Air Canada Vacations website, and look through that, because dates always change. Ocean and river cruising, Rick touched a little bit off it, but we're starting to see a lot of security to 2023. A lot of schedules are out there because they're forced to, because people are already rebooked for 3 times. So now they're pushing out to 2023. There's great promotion on cruising right now. Word has it that cruise pricing as of April 1st may change. So that's why if you see a lot of promotions out there right now, we've been kind of told through the grapevine that that may change as of April 1st. Like Rick mentioned, a great example is Crystal, River Cruise and Ocean Cruise. They're making it mandatory for vaccines. And anybody that's always wondering about cruising and ocean cruising, we always book a refundable deposit to take less stress off the client. Not necessarily the best price is a refundable deposit. So if you're thinking about reaching out to people about cruising, it's just my tip is refundable deposits is the best because they can get it up until final payment. There, I'm done talking.
What's in the future? As you know, we started sending out the weekly updates. We'll continue sending those out every Friday, just to give everybody, because it does get confusing. I do get it. Check 7 or 8 different places to try to find something. So we're trying to put everything together kind of in a Cole's note version and send it out every Friday, so you know what training is going on. Anything important that we think from the office. We're going to try to put as least amount of fluff in it as possible and just kind of get some facts in there. Consumer night.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. I meant to change that.
That should be out of their period.
Yeah.
So I've held off on consumer nights because I've been really hoping that the cruise company will, things will change. So there will be a consumer night in April, but we've taken a bit of a break here in March, just with spring break and people just getting outside. And I just want to make sure the tour operators are ready to do this, even though they are, but also the public too.
And last but not least, because of the feedback we had from agents, we have launched, effective today, a new Fareconnect Facebook group called something.
Matthew?
Hi.
What's it called?
The Facebook Fareconnect Agents Facebook group.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's
Okay.
easy.
That was close.
Simple, easy. I'll put the link in the comments.
Yeah, Matthew is gonna, if you go into the comments, you see the link, and that's the only way you can join is through the link. When you click on the link to join, you're gonna see that agent, oh, Jordy put something in there. Agents of Fareconnect Facebook. Okay. So basically you have to answer a couple of questions. One is we have a bunch of rules, as you have to have rules with all groups. Some are common sense rules, i.e. we're not going to slander people or do anything like that in there. But there are some rules with respect to what type of information we want you to put in there. If you need to get a hold of somebody from head office, don't put it in the Facebook group, right? Call us at the office. If it's at a business hours, email info@Fareconnect, and we will answer. We're always checking our
private
emails.
message us.
Or private message us on Facebook. You won't get me, but you'll probably get Cindy. But we're always checking our emails. We will get back to you, guaranteed. So that's one thing we do not want you to put in there. And we want you also there's a search function on there, is use the search function. If you're looking for maybe a property in Montego Bay, well, type in Montego Bay and see what pops up rather than ask a question that somebody else has answered 4 weeks ago, right? So we just want to try to get it going. One thing we're not going to put in there is we're not going to put any events in there. Matthew will put, we have an event coming up on, a Manulife event going on this week. You're going to have to log into Client Link and to access to register for the event, or go to the resource site and register for the event.
Not LinkedIn?
Did I say LinkedIn?
No.
LinkedIn, I meant to say. We're going to put it on LinkedIn and the resource site. That's the 2 places we're going to keep them. More of a business thing. And that's where you're going to have to go. We just can't have it in so many places. So you might see Matthew saying there's a Manulife training. Go register either on LinkedIn or in the resource site, and it'll be very easy to do on both of those. So we're kind of happy to get that going. I know a lot of agents are happy about that. We did see certainly a downward trend of communication between agents, and the purpose of this Facebook group is for you, the agents, to collaborate amongst each other. It's not for us as a head office so we're going to still send out the weekly newsletter, let you know what's going on and stuff like that. This is for you guys to collaborate, ask questions.
And the open mic night can be on the weekly newsletter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So moving on. Travel 2.0. Everything related to travel is forever changed. We know that. Okay. I think it's safe to say that we're not quite sure what travel is going to look like in 2022, but we know it's going to be different than it was in 2019, right? Health and safety protocols are key and will continue to be a key for years to come. I truly believe that, you know, we'll be wearing masks, social distancing. I mean, that's not going to go away whether we have the vaccines or not for the foreseeable future. Travelers will be looking for social distance holidays to start and finish. I think travelers, even when they had the vaccine, they're still going to be looking for that social distance holidays. And that's sort of where we come in or you come in as travel agents, is to really understand your clients and understand the protocols getting into the country, the protocols when you get to the airport, protocols at the resort. That's where all the training that you guys did for the last period of time is going to come to the front, because I truly believe people are going to come to agents because it's going to be very confusing. It's confusing for us. So, I mean, for somebody who's just going to search for 10 minutes on the internet, it's going to be very confusing. So I do believe Travel 2.0 will be different, but I think Travel 2.0 will also mean that a lot of people will be coming for the expertise of their travel agents. Things we can like you to do, things you can do is staying engaged. I've had a lot of meetings this week with various people from different agencies and ownership groups. And one of the common denominators that everybody has been saying is everybody has been staying engaged with their clients. You as agents know your clients. I do not know your clients. So you know what they want. Staying engaged doesn't mean you have to get in their face and say, hey, come on, we got to book that cruise before the price goes up. That's not staying engaged. Staying engaged could be just letting them know you're out there. Could be sending a recipe, could be sending, remember when, all sorts of great social media that we put out there for the last year. You want to be top of mind. So when you're, tell your clients, hey, we understand you may not want to book right now, but when you want to book, hey, I'm here for you. That's the message you want to get out to your clients so that they know they want to come to you. And I tell you, for all the hard work a lot of agents did in getting people home, getting into refunds, doing all that, people will not forget. And when it comes time to book again, they will be coming back to you. And most importantly, they will be telling their friends, because we all know this is a referral business. Right? Your best business you'll get will be a referral. So just stay engaged, stay positive. I know some of you are very nervous in getting out there and maybe, and putting yourself out there, or they're asking you, is it safe to travel? I don't know. I mean, some of those are unfair questions. So I think you just have to have an answer for it, right? And the answer could be, it's a personal decision, and when you're ready to book and you're comfortable, book now. But there are some great opportunities in booking in 2022, because the prices are only going to go one direction. We know that's going to go up, because today I posted on LinkedIn a long stay in Phuket.
Yeah, and I email it to clients of mine that I've been engaging with, and they actually emailed me this evening and said, okay, we're done. We need to plan. So I'm going to reach out to them tomorrow. So it's, you guys know your clients, the right people to reach out to. It was a good deal.
It was a great deal. And the bonus part was it was zero deposit, and you only had to make a deposit 50 days out. So if the client booked for March next year, they don't have to make a payment until January or February, they can just cancel, right? So, and it was a sweetheart deal. And I've been to Phuket, and it's a beautiful place. Phi Phi Island, for anybody who goes there, that's a place that you want to spend the night. Beautiful place to see the monkeys in that. But highly recommend it. But those are just, that's one of many opportunities that's out there right now, for sure. So we are going to open it up for questions, because it is a beautiful night here in Winnipeg. I'm sure it's probably better in the west, further west.
All right.
Right to the top.
Let me go right to the top. Sorry. Oh my God, you guys are full of it.
Oh, there are lots of questions. Lots of questions.
Independent. Okay. Hold on. Give me a sec, guys.
Let's see.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Independent contractor, Heather.
Yeah, IC is an independent contractor.
We're all brain dead now.
Home-based agent. There's different terminology.
Yeah. Okay, there's Sarah. Okay, the ICAD. For Iata, you need to have a letter and a PDF and choose the lowest level of hours of weekly. Donna, call me more on that. I thought I sent you the letter. I'm pretty sure I did.
No, I'm just providing information. You provided it in a Word format. They only accept it in PDF. So I'm just letting people know they have to convert the letter to PDF.
Oh my God, I will. Yes. Can you just send me an email to remind me, please?
Yeah. Oh, I did it myself because I have the software, but not everybody does.
Hold on. Did the letterhead come out on it?
Yes, when you turn it into PDF, it's just like taking a picture of it, right? So yeah, it's not a problem, but not everybody has the ability to do that. So I just want to let people know it's got to be in PDF, and they ask you how many hours a week, and there's 3 levels, and you can't pick the lowest level because they'll tell you you're not eligible. You have to say you're working 24 hours or more, or you're not eligible.
Okay,
Thank you.
pick that one.
Yeah, so I lied.
Okay. Can you please write it down here? The contact info for Stacy and Allie. Okay.
You don't have it,
I don't have it on me,
but you'll email her.
but just send me a quick email to remind me, and I'll send it to you first thing in the morning.
And what we'll do, Brenda, is we'll put it in the newsletter going out. We'll put it in the newsletter going out tomorrow too. Okay. The newsletter tomorrow? I'll put this in.
Yeah, I'll put them in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. Contacts. All right. If clients have a travel credit when they book new vacations, can you add their Westjet insurance? Yes, you can do that, Charlene. It's a brand new booking for sure. You can add the insurance to it. I'm really happy about the Atlantic Canada opening up. Janice and everybody else, everybody hates listening to the news, but when they were announcing all this, I listened to the Premier of Newfoundland and the Premier of New Brunswick, and they really want Canada to see the Atlantic this summer. So if that's the first time we've heard anybody say that, and now that was 2 weeks ago, now we're seeing the planes going there. So there is really good hope. Without quarantine, I'm really hoping by summer we're not in quarantine in our own country. So I'm not sure about that, but there is hope, because when the premiers are saying that, they want it too. They want tourism back. Any idea when more flight options will be scheduled, either for the Atlantic or all of what WestJet flies or Air Canada? They are slowly putting more planes in the air come May, and it'll increase apparently by the middle of June.
When it's scheduled, so you can book it. It's not in.
It's not in there yet?
No, it'll take them. I would say it'll take them a couple weeks to get it up. And usually we get an email when they load them up. Matthew, put the Facebook link in there. Just click on that link. We'll also send the link out on the newsletter tomorrow.
And no, Brittany, it's not replacing LinkedIn. LinkedIn will be there for business alone, but everyday communication, whether it be agents asking agents questions, that's what's going to be on Facebook.
Yeah, and I tell you right now, people who have gone on LinkedIn and have
I know,
it's been great. It's been a great success. The Fareconnect name has gotten out there. I've seen a lot of agents being active on there. I mean, this is not taking away from what you do on LinkedIn. This is just making it easy for agents to be able to, because most people are comfortable with Facebook. Just a message, go on the group and make up and post and stuff like that. It's just make it easy. We're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Leah mentions about what we're going to do, Leah, like the open mic nights, we're going to attach any events or anything that on the weekly newsletter, so everybody gets it in case you're not on LinkedIn. And that's
that's the purpose of the newsletter, is that if you're not on LinkedIn, you're not on Facebook, you can get it in the newsletter.
Yeah, keep chatting. I will still include the webinar. Yeah,
that's Matthew.
Email. Oh, Greg, you're so sweet. Thank you. We have also too, we're looking for all your reviews to go on to Host Agency Reviews. It's a platform to rate all host agencies in Canada and the US, and all you have to do is click on Canada, and we'd love for you guys to put some reviews up there just to give our big shout out to us.
And we'll send the link out in the newsletter.
Jody already put it there too, but we'll send it out on the newsletter as well.
Yeah.
Call. Thanks, Jody. Did you earn certain value? No, sorry, Karen. T4 is for staff.
No, let me talk.
No, okay, go ahead. Sorry, Karen. Go ahead.
T4s for adult, there was a dollar amount for T4As, which is a CRA, I believe says it's 300. Don't quote me, it's either 200 or 300 for T4As. And T4s were given out to agents in Alberta who sold insurance.
Oh, right.
Right? And of course our staff. So if you didn't get a T4 and you did sell insurance, just reach out to either myself or Ann, and I will double check. I don't know if there's a minimum for T4s. I didn't check that, to be completely honest with you.
Matthew White, send me off an email tomorrow, reference IATA. Matthew's got the Facebook, blah, blah, blah. I'm using that, sorry for, okay, that's all right. I have a question, but prefer to ask verbally. Go ahead, Heather, talk away.
Hi there.
Hi.
Sorry, I've started a new position, so I'm really behind the 8 ball. I'm also really exhausted, so I just thought I'd ask out loud. Anyway, I have a client that has to go to the States on business, and I know I should know this by now. But like I said, I've been out of the loop, but they want to know how and where they go and book a pre-trip COVID PCR test. And also once they're in the States before they return here, they'll be in Michigan. How do they go about booking it there for there? Now,
So-
this might be outside of the scope of this meeting, so I apologize if it is, and we can talk after if you prefer.
I'm gonna give you some information. So if they're leaving Canada, they need a PCR test going to the US?
Yes.
Okay, well, all you have to do is call the local line. I know on our here in Manitoba government underneath COVID, there's a place that you can go book online for PCR testing. Because
Okay.
we've had clients here in Manitoba do it because they're going overseas because they've had a family member pass away. So they've got the test done here. It's all done online or a phone call. Coming back, what they're going, and I'm going to tell you something. This is so personal. Like, we're trying to stay out of the loop on doing this for clients because clients have to, you know, it's their personal, right? That's their personal choice to go. But if they're going to Michigan, then you should tell them, or you can look yourself to see, depending on where they're going in Michigan, where the PCR testing is being done. Because I have heard even today, one of our agents had people coming back from the States, and they spent 3 or 4 hours on the phone finally getting through to what they've gotten through to get their PCR test done. But it took a lot of time and work, right, for the client.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, in Alberta, it's 811 is probably what we would call to
You
go ahead
find
and
that
book it
it's,
for.
the place you get them is called Dynacare Lab. My husband travels back and forth to the States for work. Yeah, so you just go on Dynacare. And then, yeah, it'll take a long time to probably find a place in the US that does the PCR test. I spent probably 5 hours on the phone because a lot of them will say they do, but you have to phone to confirm that they have them when they're down there.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jolene. I might pick your brain a little bit more later if that's okay.
Sure. Yep, that's fine.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome, Heather. Good question, though. Oh, I clicked something. I'm sorry. There we go. Any more questions?
No. Now we're having technical difficulties. No, we're back to there. That's good. That came back. And chat. That's it.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's it for our evening. If there's no more questions, any more questions, just throw them in there. The question, I'll close it with this. Well, what do I think is going to happen? Well, I don't really know. You can ask Cheryl Fox. I really don't know. It's a joke we have. The thing to if I was going to bet right now, to let you know, me and Cindy have our vacation booked for October. We're going to Jamaica. Third time, right? We have our vacation book. If I was a betting person, I would think that we're going to see the U.S. border open up around July 4th day, July 1st day. That's my take, right? And I'm hoping, right? That's my take. So I think that, you know, if that happens and we do open the border for those out in the West, especially, and even Ontario, I shouldn't diss out Ontario, but I think, you know, Las Vegas is going to be a great, it's going to be a great getaway. People want to get away and, you know, do nothing and be stupid for a bit. I guess Las Vegas is a great place to go. So, I mean, and it's such a quick flight from the West here, especially even Ontario, it's not that far. So I think, you know, we just got to kind of wait a little bit, and I think we're going to see it. You know, let's hope that, you know, by Christmas time next year, we can get families out and get our all-inclusive packages going. But I really think that by July 1st day, we're going to actually see the borders open. That's my take on it. I don't think we're going to see much before that. We might see some changes, you know, but let's hope that they open the borders and they open up that we can go east and travel. They always said that people, the first thing they're going to do is visit family. And the second thing they're going to do is go on a vacation. So that's what the surveys are saying. So I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm trying to be positive. It's supposed to be what temperature on Friday?
This Friday?
No, this Monday. Like 20 degrees in Winnipeg.
20.
So we're pumped for that. So, you know, you can only go a day at a time and try to be positive, and you know, it's all we can do at this point. So anyway, we'd like to thank you all.
Yes, thank you. Right on.
Thank you all for attending. We had a lot of people tonight, and we will be in touch. And like I said, anytime you get any questions to ask, please reach out to us. We're available anytime during the day and even on the weekends. Weekends seem to be days these days. Weeks seem to be months, but that's just the way it is. And the other thing is, don't forget, go on and check out the great hard work Matthew did on our training site. And also go and sign up for Facebook and be part of the group. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Be happy, keep smiling.
Yeah. Any questions, you always know how to get a hold of us, guys.
All right. Have a good evening.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.